Welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Now, we've seen a lot of shit so far. We've seen Terra become a living suit of armour. We've seen Ven battle with his dark self, and now we're going to play as Aqua, the mage of the group. And I have to be honest, this is probably my least favourite story to play through in Birth by Sleep. I don't find Aqua to be all that interesting character-wise. She's a little bland and whatnot, and her story is a bit monotonous. Nothing much happens, really.
Yeah, and like you've said before, you've often made a joke, like we've made jokes about Aqua going around and cleaning up people's messes. That's her story. She's going around and she's basically tackling a lot of the end stuff that happens in the other worlds. And because of that, her bosses and her storyline really kind of suffers. Not only that, but like Tom was saying, Aqua, he doesn't really find her that interesting. For a female character in the Kingdom Hearts series, all things considered, she's easily the strongest and most capable one. But at the same time, she's not fucking proactive in the slightest. She goes out and she'll kill the Unversed, okay. She'll do that. But multiple times, she won't take Ventus home. She'll say Terra isn't actually doing something, but she won't investigate. She won't go looking for evidence. She won't ask questions. Nobody asks questions. This is the recurring theme, as I've mentioned before. But with Aqua, it's really apparent. She's supposed to be the smart one, right? Then why the fuck isn't she doing anything to prove that to me? Because so far, throughout her story, she just proves she's just as stupid as the rest of them.
The problem is, she's pretty much just... She's taken on the mantle of being a Keyblade Master, but she's still subservient to Ericus, so it's kind of duty before reason, if you will. Like, she should just whack Terra upside the head, knock him out, take him home. She should grab Ventus by the wrist and drag him back home, but at the same time, she's friends with both of them, so loyalty is kind of making her very naive.
And I can understand, she just got promoted into the Keyblade Master role, but I have to come to understand she was picked because of her qualities, and when you're in a role like this, when you're trying to be authoritative, here's what okay, this is like personal belief at this point, so let me break it down for you, soul brother. I believe that when you're trying to, you're trying to help somebody out, you should be kind at first. You should say, hey, I think if you did it this way, you'd get better results. I think you should do this instead, it would help you out. You should be kind and help them out like that. But after a point, if they don't do what you think you should do, and you're trying to be a role model, trying to be someone who helps them in a authoritative position, like a parent. Aqua's like a parent to Ventus in a lot of ways. It's time for tough love. You should say, alright, no. We're not going to play it nice anymore. I said these things you should do, you haven't done them, let me fix this problem for you, because you can't do it. You have to be firm and say, you have to do the things that they need. Ventus needed to have his ass dragged home. They never do it. Terra needed to be fucking talked to and told to shut the fuck up and get his crap together. They don't do that. Aqua does none of these things. And again, she's a new Keyblade Master, but at the same time, you think she would kind of be more proactive on that. So at the end of the day, everything that ends up happening to her, she's got to take responsibility for. I'm not, holding out on that. It's her fault,
Call it a request of the utmost priority.
Another problem about Aqua is that I can never really sympathise with her character, because her voice acting isn't all that great. It's not the worst in the series, but Willa Holland does not emote all that well, and I don't know Willa Holland's other role, so I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say this is probably down to voice direction more than anything. She was never given any direction as to, this is a sad scene, you should be properly sad here, you should emote better here, this line needs a bit of reworking. So it all comes off as very blasé and matter of fact, I will go and get Ventus home. And I know we take the piss out of her vocal inflections and whatnot, but it's very monotone, and trust me, I know a little bit about monotonous voice direction.
I kind of want to see her and Mina Suvari have a monotone off. Just to have them face each other and just be boring and see who outlasts the other. Henshin!
Had to get one of those in, didn't you?
Of course, of course. He even has the little hook blades on his heel, like Gil does in Kamen Rider Agito when he finishes off a monster. You see? It all matches up.
So, here's the burning question that I've been meaning to ask throughout this whole game, Helldragon. Which suit of Keyblade armor do you like the best?
Do we really want to ask this question to me, the Henshin connoisseur? Are you sure you want to go that route?
I'm sure the fans want to know. Or
Henshin!
Not.
Anyway, let's just annoy the shit out of Tom. My favorite Keyblade armor out of the main three is probably Aqua's, because it's nice and concise. I mean, it's got all that angle, pointy shit going on like all the other armors do. But the thing is that hers doesn't have any weird stuff that kind of sets it out. Like, Terra's is great. I like his armor, and the cape makes it really look great. But he's got the whole bunny Batman ears. I'm not a big fan of that. And Ventus's, it's probably my second favorite. It's okay. Well, it's okay. I like the, how you got a lot of the bodysuit showing underneath. That's a pretty good design, but I'm not sure I really like the helmet and the way the things stick off at the end. So, all in all, Aqua's Keyblade armor is probably my favorite. It's more concise and more effective as a design, I think.
Last time visiting Castle of Dreams, and indeed in the story it'll be the last time visiting all the world, really, but what's your opinion on COD?
Something like that.
So, snore sound effect, basically.
Yeah, just, copy-paste that. You gotta write that out on your essay, guys, when we're doing the test about this. I hope you know how to enunciate a snore, because you're gonna need that knowledge.
Yeah, it's not the most engaging of worlds. Mostly my memories of this place, playing as Aqua at least, is a lot of off-screen grinding, especially in Proud mode, because as we get into the gameplay, you will find out that Aqua, while she may have the strongest magic stat out of the three Keyblade students, she is also the weakest in terms of defense. At least that was like from my perspective, going through all the different characters, trying them out. So she's powerful as shit, but she can't take many hits.
Well, that's like the typical thing for a mage. I mean, that's how it's been since they started doing a lot of this in, like, Dungeons & Dragons. Mages are really powerful, they have access to incredible abilities, but if you sneeze on them, they fall down. So, it makes sense that Aqua is like that.
And I would think here, more so than in any of the other stories really, it's a good idea to spend your time grinding. Like, grind up to about level 5 at the least. Maybe combine a few of your magics, try and get like Fundara and such early, if you can. I can't really recall at this point in time.
Wait, why does the Keyblade Masters start at level 1?
There's this girl here.
Do you really want to get into gameplay semantics and whatnot?
She made me realize
Well, I don't see anything else to do.
True. We could bring up the point of default face again.
Well, let's just get past that and just ignore the gameplay standards at this point.
Okay, this is not default face. See? Nice and expressive.
Well, the whole Resident Evil turn like a tank thing is still there, though. I mean, that's a really little point, though, so I'm not going to really bash it for that. But it always reminds me of Resident Evil, the way they turn like a tank.
Well, it's like you're trying to create fully developed, fleshed out human characters and they move about like automatons.
Well, clearly they need to pick up the pace. Come on. I expect utter realism in my anime weeaboo video games. Come on.
So how did you play Aqua then? Because, melee-wise, she's not all that great.
Aqua should be played, at least, like, unlike other mages, Aqua's cartwheel has all those invincibility frames. It's really useful, so I think the best way to play Aqua, okay, the way I played everybody, pretty much, whenever I play these games, hit and run. With Aqua, this is really important, because she's better focused on using all those long-range spells and things like that. You pretty much you want to control the area. You want to dump down spells, run in and clean up any survivors, get in a few hits, and then back off, because you're a mage. That's pretty much, I think, the best way to play Aqua.
If I recall correctly, that is Lady Tremaine, and those are her daughters.
Her daughters have huge round asses for some reason, but we didn't have the heart to tell them.
you came back.
What is with the tassels on the shoulders? I don't get that.
I like to believe that in a previous life they were all carpets.
Oh no, they're wearing scrubbing bubbles! No! Those guys are great!
In fact, the servant here is actually descended from the carpet from Aladdin.
That's kind of weird. Maybe along the way he became a human and got voiced by Rob Paulson, which, as an evolutionary path, isn't that bad, I guess.
Your father, the king, has decreed that a quest shall begin immediately throughout the kingdom, and I will start with the closest residence.
What, you mean the only residence in the entire fucking world? The one house?
Yeah, if you want to take, like, what you see when you enter a world as being the whole world, then yep, there's only one other house.
Yeah, that reminds me, back in the, when you streamed 358/2 days, they were talking about how Beast Castle was like a world, like, you have to go to the Beast Castle world today, and I just thought that was weird. I mean, that's the only place worth interest, I guess, you know, all the other stuff. Gaston, you know, clearly he's not important enough.
I still think they missed a trick by not having him rock up riding the infernal engine and whatnot. That would have been a really kicking boss fight.
Well, if they bring back Beast Castle in Kingdom Hearts 3, and they fucking will, I know it, hopefully Gaston will show up.
Well, they kind of finished Beast and Belle's story in, like, the credit scenes of KH2.
Finishing the movie story does not exclude it from further includence in Kingdom Hearts, as we have seen before with the Aladdin thing.
I guess.
The Ventus's D-Link is pretty good. I really like the finisher. Like, back when I was fighting, who was it? Zack in Olympus Coliseum. His finisher, that big, you know, you sweep around the area multiple times to, like, attack an enemy. That's really good.
Now, it's a lot easier, actually, fighting Zack as Aqua, since he doesn't have Omni Slash, which is really good, because Terra moves like a tank, and I had to redo that fight so many times. Helldragon, I'm less of a man now.
Now, let's just prove the metal of Tom's character by having him bowl over video games.
Fuck you.
Then again, when I had to do that one time sequence in Okami, I was pretty sad at that too.
At least when I record video games, they get fucking done, mister. When's the next part, Space Quest 5 coming out?
Well, when I don't have fucking work, maybe. Come on.
Oh, shit! You can't bring real life into these arguments, that's not fair.
No, I mean, I understand the thing, and I'm trying to do that. I'm not great at it, obviously, so the saga continues. I did record all of it, though. I just have to sit down and edit it. Lots of twirls in Aqua's way of fighting. Is it because she's a girl? Do we really have to fall into this clean stereotype?
You mean with all the pirouettes and the fancy twirls and the curls? No, I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, you think that would be an ineffective way of fighting things, especially with a giant heavy metal stick.
Well, I always found, like, final form in KH2 to be very unwieldy to control, mostly because he's always floating about and doing over-exaggerated attacks and whatnot.
Yeah, but the attack range, but the range on those attacks is really big, so I felt it kind of balanced things out.
I suppose.
You know, I'm pretty sure the prince would not appreciate you doing fucking psycho crushers in your his castle.
I say, what's going on here? There appears to be a girl flying about the foyer.
Hey, look, there's that Terra boy. He's flying around on his Keyblade. What a ruffian. You see that fan art somebody did of Terra going as he's flying around on his Keyblade? That was great.
That is pretty glorious. I do appreciate what we get.
It's always nice to see, you know, somebody inspired to do something like that. Even if it's from these videos. I don't know how, but you know what? Okay.
I appreciate what you get, HellDragon, because it won't be here forever.
That's definitely true. I'm just gonna keep all my valuables in the living room. I'm sure that makes sense.
Where's the front door key? I think, like, Terra came and took it.
I hid it in the dungeon, but not behind the block puzzle. Oh! Again?
What do you think about her finisher? Her default finisher, mind you.
I like Spellweaver as a command style. I like the whole, psychokinetic swords with my mind. That's great. But the twirly finisher, I always found that really unwieldy, especially when the camera pulls down, so you can only see like half of what's going on around you, so I really don't like the finisher.
That's not nearly as bad as Terra's D-Link finisher.
Yeah, that one's pretty awful. Ventus's is the Psycho Crusher thing, but yeah, this thing, it's really hard to control, but again, not as bad as Terra's.
Terra's is the one, for reference, where all the rocks come up from the earth, and then you hit the enemy, and then you have to, like, move it again.
Now, later on, you were using zero gravity, and then you could just plant rocks right up those guys' asses, and that was great.
Yeah, that is one instance where Terra's finisher comes in handy. I should say command style finisher. Her normal finisher is that little orb twirl thing. That is pretty great for clearing out enemies.
Well, maybe all the unversed are here to try on the glass slipper. Have you ever thought about that, Aqua?
What are you doing, lady?
God damn, I gotta see if my foot's dainty enough and you come at me with your fucking mind, Keyblades. What the hell?
Don't we deserve a happy ending, you monster?
Well, okay, to be fair, the guy is doing butt stomps. I don't think he's allowed to try it.
Well, I did outlaw shockwaves. He should know this.
You outlawed shockwaves? When was this?
It was, like, during the time that we weren't doing Birth by Sleep commentaries.
So during the time we weren't doing Birth by Sleep commentary, I'm trying to follow you this here. You became a member of the law. You became like a senator. And you created an anti-shockwave law, which I assume social media is fervently working to repeal right about now.
They can try, but they'll never stop me.
I mean, you can use it for any political cause these days. I don't see why they wouldn't have that in Kingdom Hearts. Just do, like the Masters Xehanort Twitter, just have them start a Facebook. I really don't like this Keyblade wielder fellow. I really need your help to take care of him. Please like this page.
LOL darkness.
That never really does anything, though, right? Like, you can like and share shit all day, but at the end of the day, if you're not directly involved with the political movement, it's not really gonna help that much. That reminds me, the whole retake Mass Effect thing? Like, I believe they started something else, like some other movement, that, for something really, I'm trying to remember what it was, but the whole thing that retake Mass Effect worked, why that worked, was because the ending was really shit. There was something that actually changed, You can't just do it for any movement and hope it works. There has to be some real dissent.
Well, speaking of, didn't, like, the two top guys at BioWare, or just on the Mass Effect team, leave because of, like, fan backlash?
I don't know if they left because of backlash. The only guy I can remember, like, leaving was, the original writer for Mass Effect. But that was a while back. I don't recall them leaving the backlash. I'll have to double check on that, because I'm not entirely sure. That's the first I've heard of it.
I'm gonna have to go in, I'm gonna have to, like, take a riot squad with me. No shockwaves, okay? No means no.
Just bring in SWAT during a shockwave party. What are you kids doing in here? Stomping the ground with our butts? That's illegal. And bring out the nightsticks.
Now, you may think I'm just trying to do, like, a Game Grumps style abstract joke to fill up time, but honestly, I don't really like shockwaves. They're probably, like, my most least favourite enemy attack in video games, right behind status-inducing moves, and we all know how much they suck. It's just like, I'm trying to concentrate on attacking an enemy, I'll be blocking and whatnot, and then a shockwave will come out of nowhere, and it will go through the guard.
Yeah, I don't find it's that bad if you can really see what's going on around you. Birth by Sleep was really good about seeing everything around you, so you can have a better chance to dodge attacks. And I believe that's carried on in a Dream Drop Distance. Like, the camera's pretty good.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, what happened? Now I have to know, you realize.
The camera goes back to being like KH1.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This can't be a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of regressing. It's like 2 steps forwards, 1 step back.
Kind of like the story to Kingdom Hearts. I mean, everything else has to follow suit at this point. Like, first the story regresses, then the camera regresses, and then suddenly Kingdom Hearts 3 has like Half-Life 1 graphics.
What I want from Kingdom Hearts 3 is partners back, because, you know, I don't really like the Dream Eaters. I thought they were probably like the least effective partners, quotation marks, we had in the series thus far. Multiple characters would be nice. I don't think multiple stories is needed, just have one so you can focus on it.
Yeah, make our commentary job a bit easier, guys, come on.
Please do, so we don't have to revisit the same place 3 pissing times.
A mimic, I didn't expect that at all, but please continue.
That's great.
Was that the end of the things you wanted for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Pretty much, just Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts 3 in general. There you go.
Yeah, let's just, don't pull a Gaben. Let's just get this going, guys. Come on, we don't need Fuck Off Adventures Volume 3 over here, you know? Because that's what the other games were. They were just fuck off adventures that didn't even get to the real point.
What is it with Freeze?
I don't know. 3 seems to be the really unlucky number when it comes to sequels. Like, everything is riding on that point, and it becomes way easier to fuck up.
Except for Spyro 3 and Crash 3. I love those games.
You honor our humble home, my lord.
Yeah, wasn't Aqua about to do something here you found a little suspect?
Yeah, just watch this. We don't even need to explain this one.
As I feared, there is darkness here.
Yeah, she's like whips out her blade and proceeds to go in and murder them, or she would have, had the fairy godmother not intervened.
Our patron saint at this point, because it seems like she's got more sense on her head than Ericus did with his students.
Ericus is such a bigot. I'm surprised I didn't notice this sooner, to be honest.
Yeah, when you really look at all the stories in this way, you realize how shitty Ericus is as a teacher. I mean, consider, Terra's a fucking idiot who won't listen. Ventus won't listen, because Ericus doesn't explain anything to him. And then comes Aqua, who decides the duty matters as opposed to reason, and just decides to up and fucking kill things. I guess that's where Terra got it from. He wants to be more like Aqua. Well, Aqua has a tendency to stick her blade in things that don't need to be alive. I guess I should follow that example.
No, it's just like Ericus, he's so bloodthirsty against the darkness, and this all stems from him being, like, dicked over by his bro Xehanort, so now he just purely hates the darkness. If he didn't hate it then, he does now.
I mean, I know back then they were like, oh, well, darkness isn't that cool, man. Don't hang out with the darkness. They'll have you, like, try beer and pot and things like that. But it'll turn into a bad drug special. But, I mean, at that point, you know, we didn't have the revelation that you can exist with darkness and still be good, like with Riku.
I'm not gonna miss Bippity Boppity Boo. Not one
I'm not
bit.
either. I'm pretty tired of it. I agree.
It's a good tune, but not for half an hour at a time, sorry.
Oh god, now Jock is a Keyblade wielder. Ugh.
It never ends.
They're just giving them to fucking everybody these days, aren't they?
Are you okay?
That's not how you hold a Keyblade, Jock. Come on, get with it.
He probably holds it like a spear or something.
That's kind of badass, actually, now that I think about it. I kind of want to see, like, Keyblades used, like, different weapons as opposed to just clubs. I don't know, I guess that defeats the point of a club blade thing.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Aqua's default Keyblade. It seems incomplete somehow.
I don't know, I kind of like it. Like her armor, it's simple, but, you know, it's elegant. It gets the point across. I actually do kind of like the design of it, even if it is a bit, you know, thin.
Her last one's pretty decent, though.
I'd have to see it again. It's been a while since I've seen that one, but I'm pretty sure I liked it.
Then, you must have just missed Terra.
All these intertwining storylines, I can't wrap my head around them.
It always fit perfectly before.
Well, that dialogue taken out of context would have been weird. What is he doing to those women? Oh god! Did he just say flurry?
Not the right time for Cadbury's flurries, okay? We can
Are
kill...
you sure about that?
Well, it is always a good time for ice cream, but we gotta kill things first.
Can't we do both at the same time? Man, I will kill you with one fucking hand! No. Can we try on the slippers too? I know we're really tiny, but we'll make it work. We'll all get together in like a pack of 50.
Oh, god damn it, lady! What the hell?
Fuck!
We're not even trying to hurt you right now. We only want to be fancy. Ah! Jimmy, no!
We're just joking and jiving, and this crazy bitch comes in.
Tell my wife I'll... Oh, too late, Dad.
What's going on here? Oh, Jesus, why?
These poor, innocent unversed. I never thought I'd say those words. And here come the bouncers to try and, like, disperse trouble, and they get fucking windmilled to death. Not a fan of her windmill spinny thing, are you?
Not really. It's kind of a lame finisher, as I've said before.
It'd be cool if, like, at the end of the spinny thing, you had a little thing which was like, press triangle to not throw up.
No, a reaction command. You have to press the triangle button while she's going.
Wow, you learned Thunderbolt really early in Aqua's story. For reference, in Terrors, you get it from defeating Sparky in Deep Space, I believe.
Well, she is the magic person, so it makes sense that she gets it earlier.
True,
All
true.
lovely ladies here?
There's no one else, Your Grace.
Come on. Hurry, Jack.
Well, off I bustle back to the castle.
Can you never, like, bustle again? No, don't do that with your shoulders. Can you just stop that?
This is Rob Paulson giving you the willies.
Well, that gave me the willies, too, but Rob Paulson can kind of do it sometimes. Yeah, you've seen him play Hydro Man in Spider-Man, right?
Yes, I have.
There you go. Look at her thin, normal nose! I hate her, by extension!
Her non-Disney proportions sicken me!
I met you at the palace.
Why does he always sway back and forth like that with his fists like that? It's like he's ready to fight or something.
I'll say, by Jove, what a ripping time we're having here.
Give it a chance to try it on.
Who are you? And what are you doing in my house?
She's probably here to rob us.
Mother, do something!
That girl does not live here.
Lady Tremaine looks perfectly fine and was probably quite attractive back in the day. What happened to her daughters?
I don't know. I'd say there was an ugly stick involved, but knowing Lady Tremaine, that's probably what actually happened.
Jack, hurry.
Your Grace, please wait. May I try it on?
Pay no attention to her. She's just an imaginative child.
She doesn't actually exist. This was all a dream. Birthed by sleep, if you will.
Yes. It's funny you say that, because Aqua does the same thing in a second. It's quite funny, frame-wise.
Thank you.
I actually want to thank you for teaching Tara he needs to keep believing.
She just fades out of the scene.
Whoopsie!
What will I do?
Please, don't worry.
Don't worry, I have my own Lady Hammer space.
Ew.
No, what? Why? Why would you do that?
He's that type of guy, you know the one.
A perfect fit. I must inform the prince immediately. You will come with me, of course.
I'd be happy to. It's not fair. She's a scullery maid.
When will I get my chance, Mother?
No.
Excuse me while I contact Cousin Maleficent and Aunt Kyrie's grandma.
Just dogpiler.
Mustn't forget niece Queen from Snow White. The joke is that they're all voiced by the same pissing person.
She was attacked by a creature, a monster in the forest.
A monster in the forest? Oh, Lady Tremaine must have transformed under the full moon then.
That would be a really cool boss, actually. You say it in jest, but it would be bitchin'.
This is tense. Da da da. Oh, it's tense. Da 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 da.
Listen to the music, here comes the boss!
This is what happens when you go against my wishes.
And then they all died in a horrible fiery explosion.
Damn!
I mean, the first time I saw that, I'm like, holy shit, they fucking iced those guys. Okay, well, fired those guys, but still.
I mean, they don't just get knocked out of, like, the arena or anything. They get burned to cinders, and then the cinders turn to ash, and the ash blows the fuck out of this place.
See, there's no evidence of them left behind. It was a complete killing.
Jesus Christ. Well, let's move on from murder. Please tell the nice audience how to kill this boss, Helldragon.
Lasers? Well, okay, if you don't have lasers like I did, again, you play Aqua like I told you how to play her. You just stay your distance, you shoot it with spells, you keep away, because this thing hits hard, and I bet especially on Proud Mode.
This attack here is probably the only one you really need to look out for. The spin can be avoided easily by exploiting her cartwheel's invincibility frames.
Pretty sure pumpkins don't naturally come with the ability to do a vacuum suck attack.
You've probably not been watching enough anime, Helldragon.
I don't know, I've been to some state fairs, and I'm pretty sure none of them have displayed the anime powers that anime have told me they have. Shuffling on the wheels is not helping your intimidation factor, by the way. But I wanted to try the slipper!
You don't even have feet! I don't care!
I want to be pretty, and that's it!
About time you got here, I was going to have to cancel my Blandless appointment. Weren't there Cinderella sequels?
Yeah, there was like 2 direct-to-DVD movies, and I heard the third one was actually pretty good. They made like one of the stepsisters sympathetic for some reason. I don't know, they didn't need to do that, but whatever.
Yeah, well, the third Aladdin movie was pretty good.
That's true. I guess 3s in those cases work out.
Yeah, but not in games.
That's for fucking sure. Ugh.
Well, Helldragon, by which I mean children, what did we learn here today?
I'm not a child. Also, this world sucks when you play it as Aqua. End of story.
Is that the only moral you're willing to take away from this? Not that everyone can have a happy ending?
But how?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well then, thanks for watching. See you all next time when we visit the Dwarf Woodlands.
See you then.